Ladies and gentlemen, comedian, entertainer, now storyteller, Daniel Songer, story act number 262, titled The Pit. Writer, Daniel R. Songer, story act 262, The Pit. Once, a long, long time ago, in a far, far away city, lived a dream shared between man and wife. The dream was to conceive a son. Daughter after daughter after daughter is what they produced. Then came the day when the dream seekers gave birth to a son. The proud parents gave nourishment to their son, and soon he became a toddler. The attention to the son seemed to shift, and all attention was given to the daughters. The son soon became an outcast and was left on his own. One day the boy was out riding his bike, and a vicious-looking woman in a station wagon drove by him very slowly, and in a blink of an eye, the boy was kidnapped and taken deep, deep into the woods, and was given the name of Peter. The boy grew to be an adolescent and began to learn about the family he was living with. The wilderness family consisted of the woman that kidnapped him, her husband, and 10 children. Before the boy was abducted, the wilderness woman and man's children began to have offspring. This is what triggered the vicious-looking woman to start kidnapping children around the country. 1 boy and 1 girl were taken each month for 2 years, and they were to bring a new bloodline to the wilderness family. The boy Peter had now become a man and was outraged that his false parents were very bad people and their own children were committing acts of incest and having deformed babies. The false parents had given Peter freedom of the land, and one day while Peter was out hunting, he discovered a hole in the ground, and this hole seemed to go deep, deep into the earth. Peter devised a plan to lure the false parents and their children to the pit. One by one, Peter lured the wicked wilderness family to the abyss. Once all the parents' real children and their mongoloids were cast into the pit, Peter went back to his home, only to be questioned by his fake mother. "Where are all my kids?" The fake father really trusted Peter, so the false dad replied, "Peter, let's go look for them." Peter eventually lured the bad dad to the pit, and when he looked down into the abyss, Peter shot him twice in the back with his shotgun, and the false dad fell into the pit along with his children and grandchildren. When Peter arrived back home alone, the false mother replied, "Where is my husband?" Peter told his fake mother that his papa had fallen into a hole. Peter also replied, "I fired off 2 shots so you would come and rescue us. But you never came." The false mother grabbed a rope and asked Peter to take her to her husband. When they arrived at the pit, the vicious woman looked into the abyss and found herself being pushed into the pit. Peter then threw 4 sticks of dynamite into the pit to seal their fate. Peter then returned home to speak to the kidnapped youth. It was put to a vote that all the people would be sent back to their real parents, or they all would stay and create their own wilderness family. The vote came in, and they all decided to stay deep, deep in the woods. After the decision was made to stay, Peter went back to the pit to gloat and reminisce. He found that the pit was filled with bubbling water and spurting out diamonds as big as his fist. The 4 sticks of dynamite blasted out a wall that was adjacent to an underground spring heated by a lava tube. And the other side of the wall blasted into a geode lined with diamonds. Decades later, they were known as the 24 tribes. They flourished generation after generation after generation and bared fruit of purity. The wilderness family evolved from unity and accumulated extreme wealth from the pit. Writer Daniel R. Songer. Thank you.